It is the Browns and Bengals for the second time Sunday at 1 Mary Kay, this time in Cincinnati. And the Browns faced a fierce pass rush on Sunday against Jacksonville. They're going to get another one this week against Cincinnati, the fourth best team in the league when it comes to sacks.
Yeah, and you know what? That is exactly what the Browns struggled with against the Jaguars. They gave up 5 sacks, and 2 of those were strip sacks. At the end of the game, when Deshaun Kaiser had a chance to pull it out, wasn't able to do that. And again, you see that you've got Spencer Drango, you've got Sean Coleman, and those guys really got after it last week, and the Bengals are going to do the same, and the Browns don't necessarily match up really well against a defense like this right now.
And there's some familiar names here, guys. People will remember from Bengals, Browns tilts past. Geno Atkins tied for the league lead in sacks for interior alignment, but also Carl Lawson. He leads all rookies with 5.5 sacks. Now, that number might be a little different. Had Myles Garrett been healthy, maybe he would be the rookie leader, but it is Carl Lawson for the Bengals.
Yeah, and you saw those guys get after it against the Browns in the first game, shut them down. Again, Geno Atkins is always a load. You can't forget about Vontaze Burfict. He always has good games against the Browns, so this is going to be a really, really tough game for the struggling Browns offense.
Now, on the other side, offensively for the Bengals, we know all about their offensive weapons. It starts with Andy Dalton and especially A.J. Green. But A.J. Green has only gone over 100 yards once in the last 5 games. So I don't know that he's struggled necessarily, but he hasn't put up big numbers. Part of that is because there just aren't a bunch of other guys around him. You know what?
They really are struggling on offense, and it's almost shocking. When you think of Cincinnati, you think of those guys scoring points. You think of the olden days, even when Hugh Jackson was there with A.J. Green and Marvin Jones and Mohamed Sanu and Gio Bernard and all the boys. But they are actually 32nd in offense right now, 32nd in rushing, and they're way down at the bottom of the barrel in points with only 16.9 points per game. So really not the Bengals offense we're used to.
And it is Joe Mixon as their starting running back now. Jeremy Hill is out. Gio Bernard still around, but it is Joe Mixon carrying the load. He hasn't really had that big of an impact, but we know the potential with Mixon. So the Browns' run defense maybe won't be tested, but you still got to be a little cautious with Mixon.
Yeah, and you do, and you never really know. I mean, look what happened last week with the run defense. They gave up 111 yards to Leonard Fournette, and in Detroit they struggled against the run. So, but you have to really commend the Browns' defense for what they were able to do against the Jaguars. It was very impressive, and if they can do the same sort of thing against a struggling Bengals offense, they might have a chance in this game.
Browns and Bengals, they kick off at 1 o'clock. We're going to make our prediction in another video, so you're going to have to watch for that on cleveland.com on Friday.